bright moonlight, you are my sun. Day 29, us against the world. You're so pretty. Ladybug rolls her eyes and physically rolls her body to look at Chat Noir, who is staring at her with adoring eyes. His smile is goofy, and though she can barely see his facial features in the low lighting of the moon, she knows that his eyes are shining like it just discovered gold treasure. They always shine when they're looking at her, and it is the most heartwarming thing ever. What do you want from me? She says with a laugh. A kiss, maybe. He pouts. She kisses his cheek, and it's followed by a very happy, involuntary sound. Ladybug cackles. They've been laying out here in the grass for quite some time now. The ground is cool, and it's a sharp contrast from the hot and dry air. It's rather nice, though, and they can see the stars. And even though there are no constellations in view, the view is still really nice. And occasionally, Shot will tell her about a story he made up about the things he traced randomly in the stars. They're usually silly, but they are such Chat Noir specials. It's adorable. It's funny how big and far away the sky seems to be from the ground, because mere hours ago they were swinging around in it using a staff or a yo-yo. It usually feels so close, but right now, in this moment, it feels like a looming, large, untouchable world that they will never explore because it's beyond their human capabilities. It's almost a soothing thought. They aren't just floating in the world with nothing holding them down, because there's this vast sky that everyone on Earth has to look up to and can't escape, even in space. They have so much power on a small scale, but at the end of the day, everyone's at the mercy of the universe. That's probably a terrifying thought to most people, but Ladybug has had enough saving the world and the entire safety of a city resting on their shoulders experience for a lifetime. Now she can just be another normal young girl in the world. You're thinking again, Shot comments, breaking her out of her reverie. Ladybug chuckles. I always am, so that's not really an impressive observation, she teases. Shot smiles and rolls his eyes. Yeah, but you're thinking about the future, like thinking about all of the deep new stuff that's happening. Is it a good or bad thinking? He asks, reaching for her hand and holding it for stability. His question is genuine. It's just another reason to the exponentially growing list of reasons as to why she's so crazy in love with this boy. No one truly deserves Chat Noir, least of all her, who rejected him countless times before, but she has him in his arms right now, and he's stuck in her heart, and she is never letting him go. It's good, Ladybug promises him with a laugh. It's actually really good. Oh yeah? What are you thinking about? He asks. She shrugs. About how everything's changing, but it's good. About how big the world is, how big the sky is, and how that makes us little specks of dust. But it's so comforting because there's something protecting us and shielding us. I'm thinking about how I can't wait to be a normal girl with a normal life and a normal but super amazing boyfriend, she admits. Shot cries out in joy at her last statement, and she giggles at him. He grins wildly. I made it in. Let me celebrate. He doesn't press her to explain anymore. Honestly, there isn't much left to explain. They're growing up and moving on and going into a whole new stretch of life. It's on her mind and his. Hey, Chat Noir says, sitting up and nudging her softly. Ladybug raises a questioning eyebrow at her. I have an idea, he tells her with a slowly spreading but excited grin on his face. Okay, Ladybug says, standing up and taking his outstretched hand. What is it? His grin is impish, and she is only slightly worried about what he's about to say next. We are going to carve our initials into the statue. Our real initials, he states. It's not a horrible idea. In fact, it is strangely romantic and sweet. It's a statue of them, so it's not like they're marking something that isn't theirs. And well, they've already decided on forever with each other, having been through 1,000,001 battles and multiple wars for the safety of the world. This relationship isn't as childish as some people may think. So carving their initials into a stone doesn't seem too ambitious. It'll be a nice mark for them. Not Ladybug and Chat Noir's mark as superheroes. A mark as them being them. You're loving it, Chat Noir says in a sing-song voice, and it's not like she can refute it. First off, we need to find something to carve it with, he mutters, searching around them. Obviously, the sticks and little thin poles in the ground will be of no use in this situation. Maybe there's a construction site nearby, he wonders aloud. And they start walking to the nearest street under construction, and luckily there are some stone-breaking tools. Shot smiles widely and picks up a couple of them, calling behind his shoulder that he will be returning the tools soon. Kitty, I don't think the concrete will care if you borrow the tools for a couple of minutes, Ladybug says playfully. You don't need to tell it. He looks so offended by her statement. It's as if she's the crazy one here for thinking that promising the non-living cement that its fellow construction materials will be returned soon is absurd. Then again, it is Chat Noir, and he prides himself on being a little absurd and always being a little different but fun-loving. Of course I have to tell it sorry, he says in an incredulous tone. I'm not a monster. Noted, she says with a chuckle. Noted. Watching Chat carving in the letters M+A is equal parts hilarious and sweet. His tongue is sticking out slightly in concentration, and his face is so close to the stone, it's a miracle he hasn't hit himself in the face just yet. Soon enough, it's finished, and he steps back to proudly present their initials in the stone. It's small and harder to notice, but it's just deep enough that if you really look, you can see it from a fair distance away. I love it, Ladybug laughs, kissing him soundly. Chat looks almost dazed and lovesick, and she laughs just a bit more. I'm so glad you like it, he says. Yeah, it needs one final touch, she says, grabbing the tools out of his hands and taking them for herself. She carves it into a little shape, and it's not long before Chat is craning his head over her shoulder to see what it is. She brushes them off until she's done. The heart, he gasps breathlessly. She bites her lip and nods, having drawn the heart around their initials. This is perfect, he says, actually nearly shouts. I'm so glad you like it, Ladybug says, and he pulls her into a hug. It's warm, and she melts as he whispers little nothings in her ears. They have left their mark. Their together us mark. Well, because he's always told her that it's us against the world, my lady, and it's especially true right now. Oh wait, I need to return the tools to the cement. Oh my god,